Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Christmas marathon preview. As you know, the Christmas marathon or slash New Year's marathon too. That's usually the longest marathon that takes place throughout the year because it starts in one year and it and ends in the next year. So yeah, in total, it lasts pretty close to a month, like 20 20-ish days about. Well, at least that's how long this year's this year's marathon is. So here is the schedule pretty much. As you know, starting Tuesday night we had the night one of our 12 days of Christmas leading up to Christmas Eve. So the past 4 nights you've seen that. Now tomorrow night, I said that we would go from the 13th all the way through Christmas Eve. That would be day 12. But I have decided that I'm going to do something different because I unfortunately wasn't able to film today. Which I had planned to film both day 5 and day 6 today. Unfortunately, I could not do that. So I just decided to push those back. So tomorrow you're going to have the regular Ronnie show with the sports edition, the regular sports edition. I was planning to have that be like a super episode with the sports one, and then of course day 5 kind of put together like that. That was the plan, but like I said, I couldn't film today, unfortunately, due to some my mom, she works from home and there's a desk kind of out of the frame when you see any videos, and that's where she works. So, yeah, I kind of can't disturb her there. Like I said, I want to move into that one room downstairs if possible so that, I can film whenever I want, without worrying about my mom, working from home or anything like that. But, I like that she works from home. It's much more convenient than, for her than going out to the place and, So, yeah. And then, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't film that for you today, which I do apologize. But night 5 will continue on Sunday night, and that will also be our 100th episode. So we're going to celebrate that too, and look at all of our past memories from the past 100 episodes. So join us for that. Let's see, and then also, well, tomorrow night we'll go to that schedule for a minute. Tomorrow night, because I'm filming this Friday night at 10:33, so technically it's tonight. Tonight, here's what the schedule's going to look like. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the Ronnie show, and then at 8:30 p.m. And these are Eastern time, by the way, Eastern Standard Time. I know we're in the Midwest, but I'm going by Eastern time. We'll have coverage of the Muskies in Des Moines. They did lose tonight 1-0, by the way, as I'm filming this, against Omaha, which, oh God, considering how much they suck, we should not have lost. And we just played them two weeks ago. In fact, 2 weeks ago, tonight we played them, and we lost 4-2. But that's because we gave up a goal with like 3 minutes left in the game. That crap can't be happening, I'm telling you. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be in Des Moines. We'll have continuing coverage. It'll be around in the second period when we do start the coverage, but I'll do kind of like a pre-show recap up to that point, and then we will join the radio broadcast sort of in progress. And then during intermission, once it gets to the second intermission, well, it might be in fact, it might be in the middle of the second intermission by the time we come on air. So yeah, we'll play. If there's a lot of time, then we might be able to play a game or something like that and win money for like that. So yeah, and then I'm planning on filming nights 5 and 6 after I do the stream. So yeah, and then tomorrow afternoon, I actually kind of have to wake up earlier because tomorrow afternoon I'm going to excuse me. I'm going to a friend's house to shoot a movie for our video design and production class at school. So, yeah, I'll be doing that mainly the rest of the afternoon, and then kind of into the evening, maybe. I don't know. It depends on. He said it would only be like an hour, so I'm gonna hold them on that. So yeah, if it does end up being an hour, I probably won't be back home until about 4:30 ish, probably about around there. I'm gonna leave here at about 2:00, 2:15, something like. Probably 2:00. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna wake up at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning and then film the sports edition and then go from there. So, yeah, that's what's going on tomorrow. And then Sunday night, of course, we'll have the 100th episode of The Ronnie Show. And then Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll have our first Wii game of the marathon, except this time it's not going to be a Wii game. Again, because of, this, the issue with my Wii remote that I've told you about where my Wii remote, for some reason, after I click on the game, the pointy finger thingy, it goes away, and that's normal. It usually does that. But once, the thing comes up to start or press A to start or whatever, it does nothing after that. I don't know what, I've said before, I think it's a sensor issue inside the remote. At least I'm hoping it is. And then, so yeah, we're going to try to get that fixed. Hopefully with a Wii remote. I think my parents got me one. I don't know. We'll see. On Christmas Day. We'll see about that. And then we're gonna have a game every single night, a different game show every single night. So the next one will be Monday night. That will be night 6, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then this time, instead of 9 p.m. Eastern, it's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with a Wipeout, not the one with the big red balls, but the other one. And something happens in that episode that has never happened to me before, ever. That's all I'm gonna say. I couldn't believe it when it happened, trust me. I was in shock. And then we're going to keep the 8 and 8:30 thing for the next few nights until at least the 24th. Until the 24th, we're going to keep the 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. format. Friday, it's going to be different because of $1 Million Drop, but I'll get to that here in a minute. So, the 21st, well, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tuesday night, the 20th, we'll have Night 7 and Card Sharks. And then the 21st, not only will that be the official start of winter, but we'll have Hollywood Squares. And then the 22nd, that will be Night 9 with the Tower of Cash, too, where we can win a whole bunch of dough. We can win a really big amount of money, or we can go home with basically nothing. So always a fun one. And then Friday, we're still going to have, the Ronnie Show at 8 o'clock, and then, the Wii game at 8:30. But also beforehand at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have the $1 Million Drop live at its normal time slot. And then Christmas Eve, we'll have the Ronnie Show, the regular sports edition. And then at 8:30, we'll have Night 11 of and then Christmas. Oh, sorry. And then I also forgot. At 9 p.m. Eastern, after that, we'll have Classic Concentration for the Wii game. And then the 25th, it's going to be a bit different. 7 o'clock, we'll start with day 12 of the Ronnie Show. Now, because I did end up pushing it back, or day 12 back, because of, that, the rules for the 12 days of giveaway entries are going to change a little bit. So, yeah, just so you know. I gotta, because, I said entries would be due at 3 p.m. Eastern on Christmas Day. Well, that's obviously going to change because, obviously we're not going to close the phone lines, when you don't know what day 12's prizes are. I mean, come on now. And then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we will have the official start of Bloopers and Practical Jokes, the official series premiere of the show. I mean, I know it was supposed to premiere back in like November or October, but it's just, either A, I've been lazy, or B, my mom's been using the space for work, or 3, I've been using the time, to film other more important videos than this one. So, yeah, I have a date. I already have it, whatever, and I still haven't filmed the clips yet. I'm gonna show, so, yeah, I gotta do that with voiceovers and all that, too. And then at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna have our Press Your Luck Christmas Spectacular. It's gonna be just like the one ABC aired back on the 6th, I think, if I remember correctly. That was when it was, whatever that Tuesday was, and then of that week. And then we're gonna use pretty much the same prizes they had for that. Well, at least like the Christmas themed prizes will be up there. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then other prizes mixed in there as well. In fact, I still haven't created the boards yet for it, and I need to do that immediately because there's 7 rounds in total, of course, when you count all the bonus rounds and then the main game rounds. Like, I need to get onto it immediately. Like, it's time. I'm making, especially, with Christmas break, starting Wednesday, I'm going to have a whole lot of time to, do stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be my goal. And then I'm probably going to film it on the 24th. Don't know when on the 24th. Probably after I film the Ronnie show. Wait, no, we'll be out of town. Crap. So I'm going to have to film it Friday before we leave. Because we'll be leaving at like 10:30 a.m. in the morning. Shoot. Christmas Day we'll be too busy to film that. Because not only are we going to have our Christmas here, opening up the presents and stuff, we're going to go to my sister's house, I'm pretty sure. We're pretty much going to spend the afternoon there. Okay. I'll figure all this out, when I have more time, after this and then tomorrow. Either before or after I get done with the stream, and probably after I get done with the stream and those 2 videos, then I'll figure out, my schedule for all of next week. And then, the 26th, after that, what is it called? Boxing Day or something like that? Yeah, Boxing Day. We'll have a special Monday Night Football stream. I'll be doing play-by-play with the game while mixing in other topics and stuff like that to talk about. That will start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on the 27th of December, we're planning on doing a game for our family, thingy. So I'm probably gonna, my plan is to film that, and when I do film that, it will be up on the 27th. And then that Wednesday on the 28th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have another stream. Sioux City the Muskies will be in Sioux Falls that night, so we'll have a stream for that. And I wonder if TNT is broadcasting any hockey that day or that night, because if I do, I might do like a little play-by-play thing for that too. And then Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have another stream for the Thursday night football game. And then Friday night on the 30th, at 6 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the $1 Million Drop live. And then at 7:55 Eastern Time, we'll have Madison in town for the Clark Cup rematch, so that will be fun. So I hope we beat them. I mean, currently they're last in the Eastern Conference, so if we don't beat them, this is going to be embarrassing. So yeah, that will start at 7:55 p.m. Eastern time, and then New Year's Eve. It's gonna be a big day of programming. Not really, but at 6 p.m. Eastern time, this is when it will start. We'll have the Ronnie Show Sports Edition. And then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the Ronnie Show New Year's Eve. And then I have it down at 6:55. We have our annual Omaha coming into town on New Year's Eve, playing us in our own building. I might push it back 5 minutes earlier to 6:50 p.m. because I think I might do like a little history type thingy of, Omaha coming into town on New Year's Eve and playing us, and kind of the past and, kind of like the whole history of it and stuff like that. Or, kind of like how it got started, if I can find information on that. My dad, as you know, he drove the Zamboni for the Musketeers for 30 years. So, I mean, he should know, or almost 30 years. So he should know how these things started and stuff like that, hopefully. And then and then that will be the last video we do for the year. The third period live stream will be the last video we do of 2022. I did thought about doing like a live stream, like where we would start, 15 minutes before midnight. But then I thought, I'm usually, after I broadcast a hockey game, we go out afterwards. And then after that, I am exhausted. And I just want to go to bed and stuff. So, like, part of me wants to film, like, a special or do, like, a special live stream type thing from, like, 11:45 p.m. Central Time to, like, 12:15 Central Time. Like, a special, I don't know, Ronnie Show or, a gigantic type stream. But I don't know. That will probably be a last-minute decision, honestly, whether we do end up doing that or not. But like I said, usually when we get home from hockey games and stuff, I'm tired. Like I just don't want to. I just don't want to do anything else. What I might do is that I might just like pre-film something and then like pre-film us bringing in the new year and then maybe have something like that. I remember, I think it was last year at midnight, we we did for the New Year's episode of the Ronnie Show. We did the thing where we I released it at right at midnight, so I might do something like that, but we might start a little bit earlier. So yeah. Right now, I think if I do a midnight live or a midnight, episode type thingy on New Year's Day, I think I might just like pre-film that and have it start, 5-10 minutes before it hits midnight, and this would be in the Central Time Zone. Or what I could do, since the game starts at 6 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Eastern time, what I could do is that I could film like two separate videos, one of like the ball dropping or like one specially for the Eastern time zone, and then the second one for do like a 2-part special type thing. I might do that. Instead. So yeah, keep an eye, because what I'm gonna do, like how I usually post the schedules for the week, what I might do is that I might do like the schedule for each week still, but except it's just gonna have Christmas marathon type stuff. So yeah, and of course I update I update the community post, every single time a schedule update happens. So yeah. And then on New Year's Day, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that night we're gonna have a special gigantic Sunday edition live stream. I believe there's gonna be Sunday night football that night, right? So yeah, well, I'll do play-by-play of that game. And then to finish up the Christmas/New Year's Eve marathon, Monday Night Football at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe it's the Bills at the Bengals that night. So yeah, we'll have play-by-play of that game too. And then Tuesday I have off from school, and then I go right back to school on that Wednesday. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun holiday season. One you're not going to want to miss. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching us. Schedule updates are to come here. I mean, even though I did reveal the schedule with you all right here, like I said, it's probably going to change. So be aware of that. Keep on checking, every so often, for scheduling updates, because I don't want you to miss your favorite shows when they first come out here on my YouTube channel. And another good way is to, turn on your notifications too and subscribe if you haven't already. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna set the schedule for or the summer of our game show, or the game shows for next year in 2023. As you know, they're going to now be only in the summertime. And then, except for the $1,000,000 Drop Live, that will have its summer break coming up starting in late May, whenever the week, I can't remember when the exact week is that game shows, our summer game shows will start, but it will be that Friday beforehand. And instead of doing a half-hour episode, we'll do like an hour-long episode of the $1,000,000 Drop Live for our season finale. In fact, we might even do either like a 2-hour season finale too of the $1,000,000 Drop Live, although sometimes the $1,000,000 drop can get pretty boring sometimes. So yeah. So the only game show that airs that's not in the summertime is the $1,000,000 Drop Live. Because what I want to do is I want to start, possibly vlogging, like a week of my life or something like that, and then, or just other types of videos other than game shows, because it seems like the past 2 years, a lot of my content has been game shows, which you're not wrong, because you're right. It has been a whole bunch of game shows, which is why my channel has now over 3,000 videos or something like that, which, is fine, but I mean, I need to chill out. I'm in high school now, so I don't have as much time to do things anymore, as I used to, when I was in middle school or even in elementary school when I started YouTube, and especially, when I get to college, I'm not going to have time to do anything because, so yeah, summer 2023, that's when all of our game shows that you've seen, over the past couple of years will air. It'll be every summer now. I'm going to start filming them actually in January. In fact, middle of January. That's kind of when the earlier the better, because like I said, because just in case my mom has to make up time or whatever, then I don't have to delay schedules back that much and stuff like that. I could just, because I'm planning on doing 10 episode seasons for all of our game shows. So if I film 2 at a time, I only have to do 5 days, and then I can quickly move on to the next series, and blah, blah, blah. Because we're having 12 shows, so that's 120 episodes. Divide by 2, that we would have 60 tape days. Going from January till about July-ish, maybe, or August, or I don't know. So I still got to figure that out, which I will. It will basically, game shows, or the summer game shows will basically start the week after I get out of school, or it will start on Memorial Day, and then, the Sunday before Memorial Day, and go until kind of midway through August when I start school again. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, and then during the school months, I want to try to get into other content, which is why I've got these bloopers and practical jokes series. We got the Musketeer broadcasts, our gigantic series, where we showcase me doing play-by-play for other sports too, not just hockey, because I do want to be a play-by-play announcer, not just for hockey, but for football and baseball too. Those are kind of the 3 main ones. In fact, to be honest with you, when I grow up, I want to be a part somehow, whether it's play-by-play or I'm a reporter. In fact, those are my top two jobs: play-by-play or like a reporter, a sideline reporter. I have no interest at all at being a color commentator because I would suck at it. I would suck major at it. So, either as a reporter or as a sideline reporter or as a play-by-play announcer, I want to be a part of all four major sports championships, and even the big major world stuff like Olympics and the World Cup and stuff like that. Like, I want to be at those major events because, everybody's watching, and so yeah, that's just what I want to do when I grow up. I have big plans as to what I want to do when I grow up because, as you know, I want to be a sports broadcaster, an MC, a television host, not just of game shows, but like reality competition shows, basically anything that has an MC, I want to do. I'll do. I mean, even if it's just like a rat race, in your basement full of rats, I'll host that and try to make it as interesting as possible. Yeah, either that or a news anchor too. That's kind of what I want to do. I know Joe Garagiola. He did that in like the 60s and 70s. He hosted a game show. He hosted game shows. He was on the Today Show and was a baseball broadcaster at NBC all at the same time. So, yeah, kind of like what he does. On the weekdays, I'm on the news, and on the weekends, I can film those game shows and go to these sporting events and stuff like that. Or maybe, if I am a news anchor, I could do like special. Or if I am a news anchor, I could be live from like the set of a game show that I'm filming, or just a show I'm hosting, or something I'm hosting in general. So, yeah, I basically, what I want to be when I grow up, I basically want to be some part of all the major sporting events, all four major sports, and, the Olympics and the World Cup and stuff like that. Plus, I want to be the host of pretty much all the award shows out there. So yeah, that's basically all I want to do. Maybe even host my own talk show too. That'd be nice too. Because, I'm interested, in celebrities and their lives. I mean, I'm not going to go like too deep, but, I'll, just enough to, I mean, obviously if they're, whatever their work is, I want to acknowledge it to everyone. So yeah, but I have this big plan though. I have this idea for a special show, which I might share my idea in the future, but of what I want to do, because it combines like a couple of those things I want to do when I grow up. Mainly the emceeing and the play-by-play thing. So yeah, I might. In fact, we might even test it out here on my channel. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for watching us. I know we kind of got off topic there the last 3 or 4 minutes, but yeah, keep on checking the community tab every day. The same post for the weekly schedule. To get updates on the schedule, because even though I said all the stuff's going on the schedule, it could get moved around, just like that. So, yeah, I'm going to get to bed because, I got to wake up earlier than I usually do on Saturdays, but hey, that's okay. It's a school project. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all here in a little bit for the Ronnie Show. So, yeah, at 8 p.m. Eastern in about a minute from now. So, yeah, bye.